Hello, welcome back to Muse After Hours. I'm Kyan Davis. I'm the owner of Muse Extension Lounge in Washington.
And I'm Julia Ward, owner of Muse Extension Lounge in Arizona.
And we have a returning guest back on the show.
Hey everyone, I'm Cami. I'm the assistant here at Muse Washington.
Yeah, thanks for coming back on, Cami. It was so
happy to
fun
be
the
here.
first time you were here.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Seriously, so excited to have you. It's always a good time when Cami's around. She has such a fun, unique personality, and I feel like at least anytime I've been around you, there's never a dull moment. So I can appreciate that.
There is. Yes,
Thank you.
never is.
So what have you guys been up to? What was your weekend like?
Oh, well, let's see. I actually went and I got a face laser treatment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a skin movement. I did. Okay, so it's called BBL and Moxie. And
I mean, when I hear about a BBL, I'm thinking you just went in and got like a big badunk.
That's what I think. I'm like, she went to Miami.
Every time I say BBL, I'm like, it's a face laser, not a booty bump.
I'm like, Cayenne doesn't need a BBL. Let's be real.
No. So I went and I did face lasering, and so I'm in the healing processes of that. So my face just kind of feels rough, kind of sandpapery.
Okay.
But I can't exfoliate for another week or so. So I'm just going through that right now.
Yeah, feeling a little like a reptile-ish.
Yes, feeling a little lizardy. But just you wait, I'm gonna be glowy.
Yep, it'll
just
be
wait
worth
a week.
it. Yep.
You are. I will tell you, when I had that, Cayenne, I can't remember if you knew me at this time. You probably knew me, but you didn't work at Muse when I had that big blow up on my face.
Oh yeah. I think it was right after.
It was so horrendous, but I will tell you what, after it all healed, because it was that trauma, my skin was as smooth as a baby's butt.
Okay,
Yep,
I need to get a face BBL.
Yeah, Cami wants to get it too. Yeah. Yeah. What were you doing this weekend, Cami?
My best friend just moved back from college, so we moved all our stuff into our apartment, and a lot of organizing and a lot of getting rid of stuff. I went live last night and I gave a little tour, and I probably shouldn't have because it was a mess, but we're in the thick of it right now. We got our closet done, but everything else is just a lot. It's just a lot of organizing, but it'll be worth it.
So you and Chloe got your own place?
No, we're okay. So when I say apartment, I mean we're in a converted garage.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Yeah. No, still living at the same spot, but
Yeah,
Chloe just
still-
moved back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but it'll feel so nice. You got rid of so much stuff. That always just feels good to purge and get rid of old things.
Yeah, it felt really nice.
Yeah. What did you do, Julia?
Oh my gosh, what did I do? I spent some quality time with my kids yesterday, which was, I also did work stuff. The first thing I did is I went to a Scout Guide event, which was amazing. The founder of the Scout Guide was actually in Phoenix. So the Scout Guide, you guys, is this publication that I'm in, and it is a franchise publication. So they have them throughout the United States. And it is an absolute beautiful book. But what it is more than anything is a community of really elevated people. So we're basically almost cross marketing each other's businesses by being in this publication. And it's been the best thing that I've done in Scottsdale, hands down. So, the founder of the entire franchise was there. And so there was this event where we got to do a little meet and greet. And then I got to meet other people who are in the Scout Guide who I haven't met yet, and do a little networking, a little schmoozing, which is always fun. I love that stuff. So it was great. And then I just came home and really spent quality time with my kids. I am trying. Harper, believe it or not, doesn't know how to ride a bike, and it's a fear thing for her.
Yeah, It is scary.
I am bribing her because come hell or high water, I'm sorry, but I can't raise a kid who I didn't teach how to ride a bike. So
Yeah, I saw that yesterday you posted on your stories you guys were riding bikes. And I was like, oh,
yes,
that's different.
It is different. So then I took Hadley on a bike ride. We went and got smoothie bowls together. We've got one of those little have you ever seen, it's you put it on the back of your bike and it's just one wheel with pedals. It's a trailer.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So we have one of those, which Hadley's like the perfect size for. So Hadley and I went for a little bike ride and
Cute.
we got smoothie bowls. So that's what we did.
Oh, well, that sounds fun. That's a nice
super
weekend.
Fun. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you guys, this episode, we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about who you surround yourself with and how that can really dictate your future and either keep you stagnant or elevate you, right?
Yeah, it's true because the people you're around, like they really are either going to help propel you to achieve these goals and support you and cheer you on, or when you start gaining success, you'll see that there will be maybe some people that are trying to hold you back and they don't want you to grow because then it forces them to think about where they're at in their life. So Cami, what is your experience with this? Because you're new to the academy, you're starting to achieve some of these big goals that you've set for yourself. Like, what is your experience with this so far?
Yeah, so I recently had an experience with someone. I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to say where I know them from, but they reached out to me through DM and they weren't very nice to me when I knew them. And they were like, hey, we should meet up. Like, we should see like what we can do together. We should totally like collab or whatever. And I was like, this is so strange. Like, why would they?
Because this person was
out?
never friendly, like never nice to Cami in the past.
Yeah, and like it was just so strange, and I was just like dumbfounded, and I like reached out to Vic and Kyan. Kyan was actually asleep, so Vic and I handled this all by ourselves. Which we probably should have waited for Kyan.
Yeah, they should have waited for me to respond because
she's the level-headed one. I'm too nice. Vic is like cut her off. Like
savage.
Well,
Vic has had. I'm sure she told you. Vic has had similar experiences when she started working at Muse. She had all these people coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and I was like just racking my brain and I was like, why would she reach out? This is so strange. And I was like, okay, I'm going to set a boundary. I'm going to tell her we can be friendly, but I don't want to like collab.
I
don't want to get together. I don't like you have nothing to offer me and I don't think I really have much to offer you. And so I set that boundary. I was like, hey, like I would prefer if we were still friendly, but I don't want to be like friends. Like that's not something that I'm interested in. And she like was mad about that and was like, whatever, like I don't even want to be friends with you anyways.
Like flipped a switch instantly and we were like,
gosh, so you just wanted something from me. You didn't actually want to be friends because if you did, you would have been like, oh, I totally understand, like blah blah blah, like let's still be friendly.
Or like apologize.
Yeah,
for the past,
exactly.
like nothing. So,
and then Vic was like, oh, it's because you're successful now. Like she's jealous and she wants something from you. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is my first time experiencing something where like people were jealous of me or like wanted something from me because of where I am in life. Like it was so weird.
Yeah, and we told Cami before, like as soon as she started at Muse, we were like, just wait, Cami, like you'll be surprised once you start going through the academy and you're showing up more on your hair page and you get more success. Like there will be people you won't expect that reach out to you, but they're doing it because they want to try and just be around you because you're gaining the success and
they want my success.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
It's true. Like when you're at that, like that energetic level, like we have to be so insanely careful who we let in, because when you're vibrating here, you're going to have people down here that are wanting your vibration. And we want to be around people who are vibrating higher than us, right? Because of the law of attraction. And I find that to be so incredibly important, which is like why we talk a lot about how you have to let the old part of you die in order to rebirth a new part of you, and constantly being around people who are supportive of that and are like rejoicing in your wins and celebrating in your wins instead of like trying to keep you down because it makes them feel so uncomfortable. I find to be one of the most valuable things in the world, because we all need community. And that's something that we have created, that culture at Muse. It's never competitive. It's never like, oh my gosh, like that client's going to be mine, or I'm going to keep that client on my books, or anything like that. It's like, no, girl, like you're doing amazing. And we want to see you do even more amazing. And we're all up leveling together all the time.
Yeah. And that's why, like, during our interview process, we've talked about it a couple times, but we have, it's a very intensive process, 3 steps. And then the very last part is the culture fit interview, because we want to make sure that whoever we're bringing into this culture that we have is going to vibe with everybody. Like, it's not just about the salon owner and the assistant. It's like every stylist, everyone has to mesh well together, because we do really protect that community that we have, because we want it to always be encouraging and supportive and never get to that competitive, nasty, like, vibe, you know?
We don't want drama.
No drama.
No drama.
No drama, mama. Never.
Julia, what experience do you have with this in your career?
Oh my gosh. We really need to get into that. I mean, I have so much experience. Like, how long is this podcast?
I know, right? Just give a little snippet.
I mean, I would say I have both sides of it, where I could easily like talk about either. Like, I've got people who were so insanely uncomfortable with what I was doing that they were really trying to drag me down and make fun of me and bully me and make me feel like what I was doing was insane and crazy. And I really had to tune that out and be so tunnel vision and be like, do not let them get in your head, Julia. Do not let them get in your head, to the point where eventually I had to remove myself from the situation and be like, no, because like you are being held back because there's all this noise, and you can be as laser focused as you want. But if you're around people that don't want to level up with you, you're never going to reach your full potential. So I've experienced that. And then I also experience all the time people who want to be in my circle, and they always want something from me. I mean, my DMs are always full of people asking for advice or this or that, the other, which is hard because I want to be able to appease everybody. I'm like a yes girl. I want like everyone to get a piece of me, but I'm one person. And I am still struggling with how to create boundaries. And it's not ever really from anybody, I think, that's like vindictive or anything like that. It's just more people that everybody wants a piece of me all the time. And as much as I want to give that, I don't have the capacity. Like, so I'm a work in progress when it comes to that, for sure.
Yeah. Boundaries are super important. I love boundaries. I'm a boundary girl.
Me too. Yeah.
Like,
my mom always said growing up that you only have so many spoons. And I feel like it's like such a mom thing to say, but like,
but it makes
you
sense.
only have so many spoons in your drawer, and the more spoons you give out, the less you have for yourself, and you always need a spoon for yourself. So
it's true.
You can only give out so much.
It's so true. And yeah, Cayenne is the queen of boundaries. Like, that was like one of the first things I learned about her when I met her. Like, we have this like saying when it comes to Cayenne, like anytime something that goes on, we'll like, we have our little tagline and we'll be like, block and delete, because
block and delete.
That's what she told me to do in my situation. She was like, you should have just blocked her.
Because I don't know, I've just gotten to this point, and I didn't always used to be that way, but I've gotten to this point now in my life where I am trying to achieve big things. I have big goals. I want to do big stuff. And so I don't have time for petty drama. If there's someone who I feel is in my life who's not adding value, and we don't add value to each other's lives, like, there is just so much like energy sucking out there, and I have to protect my energy, you know? And so if someone is not respecting your boundaries, if they're not adding value to your life, block, delete.
Cut off.
Yep. Bye, bitch.
Bye. Bye. Yep.
Bye. Okay, you guys, now you're gonna have to watch this on YouTube in order to understand what just happened. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, "Why are they laughing so hard? That's ridiculous."
Well, guys, this is a short but sweet episode. So before we go, Cami, do you have any last words of advice before we go?
Surround yourself with people who you want like who have the same energy as you, who are passionate, who want like big things in life. Surround yourself with positive people. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else you want to say, Julia?
I would say, oh boy, final thoughts and final words on this. Yeah, just like always be assessing like the people that are around you, and are the people around you people that like run at a slightly higher frequency than you, because that's truly like the law of attraction, the only way to get ahead in life. And get yourself in the rooms with those people, and don't be scared to let other relationships die, because that is the only way to up level, because there are people around you that are going to be so uncomfortable with your growth. And it doesn't mean that friendship was for nothing. Like, you can still like hold honor around it, and it was what it needed to be at the time, but now you're moving on, and like that chapter's closed.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Well, make sure you check out our website, musicextensionlounge.com, for all sorts of information about how to become a client with us. And also follow our Instagrams. I'm Cayenne.muse.
I'm Cami.muse.
JuliaWard.muse. And of course, at Music Extension Lounge.
All right. Tune in next Monday for another episode. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.